And we should be live. What's going on, D-Bags? Hope you guys are doing well. We're back here again with another episode of the Detox Podcast. I'm your host, Darren, Rita. Feel free to connect with me at any of the links down below. I got my Instagram, music, a bunch of good stuff down there. But if you're new here, enjoy music, podcasts, comedy, or hooping videos, do consider subscribing. We've got a whole lot of that stuff going on around here. When you do subscribe, leave a like or hang out with us here in the live chat like you're going to do today. It helps us share conversations and laughs like this with more people, so do consider doing that. Now, before I can get into today's episode and start hanging out with you guys, got to talk to you guys a little bit about vacations. Let's face it, there's nothing better than a well-earned vacation, even if you didn't earn it. I usually don't earn them. There's nothing better than a well-earned vacation. It feels good to just get away for a little bit and enjoy yourself. There's no better place to do it than with today's video sponsor, Alpine House 2. It's down that you just click. Don't you click 4? Click 4. Ring it up. There you go. There you go. It's hidden now, but we got it. Alpine House 2 is a classic Swiss chalet duplex A-frame with a log cabin interior located directly across from Ski Brûlée Resort in Iron River, Michigan. I mean, directly across. So if you got skiers, you got people that are into that, in the fam, in the friends, whatever, definitely another reason to check it out. But surrounded by forests, lakes, rivers, more specifically Iron River, Alpine House 2 is the destination for hunting, fishing, hiking, and snowmobiling, etc. Especially now, I know you guys have been feeling it if you live in the Midwest. We got a little bit of that crisp air coming in last couple of days. It's still nice out. It's going to be nice the rest of this week. Hopefully, I hope that summer lingers for a couple more weeks. But I know you guys have been feeling a little bit of that fall weather starting to creep in. As we get to the fall and winter time, there's no better spot to go snowmobiling than up at Alpine House 2. So why not check them out over at Iron River, Michigan? It's up in the UP. You can go to @Alpine House 2. On Instagram. That's at ALPINEHAUS2 on Instagram. They've got a bunch of really cool stuff on there, and it's a phenomenal spot, beautiful nature. Really excited to have you guys check that out. One last time, that's at Alpine House 2 on Instagram. Shout out to them for sponsoring today's episode. Now, McKenna's laughing at me because I have a lisp now on my S's. I sound like Matthew McConaughey. But I say that because I got my wisdom teeth out. You saw that in the thumbnail. We're going to be getting into that. We're going to be I'm going to try to keep a high energy for you guys. I haven't spoken very fast in the last couple of days. So I'm going to try to speed it up for you guys today. Just got a couple of church announcements, life updates. It's wedding season. I'm going to be going to a bunch of weddings this fall. First of which, longtime guest, reoccurring guest of the Detox Podcast, formerly known as Tay Hagman, is now Taylor Kelly. So I wanted to just say a quick shout out to her. If you guys have seen the episodes of Midwest Depressed, Taylor Hagman blog back in the day, she's an OG Detox alum. I don't know if she watches the show anymore, but we were just at her wedding this weekend. It was beautiful. Just wanted to congratulate them publicly, as well as obviously got to say it to them there, but it's cool. People are getting married. That's exciting. Happy for them. And especially if you guys know some of the history with Taylor on the show and some of this stuff she went through in the past, man, it's just awesome to see that she's happy, and she's brought us a bunch of good times on the show. So just wanted to kind of capstone her journey with that, with a big shout out and congratulations to them. But yeah, dude, my wisdom teeth got taken out on Wednesday, and it's been all right. I think McKenna says I've been milking it, but I think I'm doing okay, honestly. I just can't eat. I can't eat. And I want to get in, I'm skipping ahead. I'm sorry. I want to get into sort of all this stuff with the wisdom teeth. So I was supposed to get my wisdom teeth out like 4 or 5 years ago, probably sooner than that. But they said about 4 years ago or 5 years ago, they said, hey man, you don't got much more time. You got to get rid of these in the next year or two. Then 4 years went by. And I was, the last like year and a half, particularly, I have been having like a lot of jaw pain. Like not like excruciating or like stabbing or anything like that, but just kind of like slow pressure building up. And it felt like kind of every day was this like pain. Where it's like to a point where it's like you get so used to it that it's like so little that you're almost like tuning it out, like you're almost like numb to it until it like flares up and gets worse. But so I realized that I'm 25 years old, gonna be off my mom's insurance soon. I gotta start getting these procedures done, dude, because I'm not trying to pay for all that. Plot twist: I show up day of the fucking removal of the wisdom teeth surgery. I show up and they're like, hey, so the The local anesthesia, which they're going to give you anyway, that's like they have to give you that, right? They have to numb you. That's going to cost $1,500. Otherwise, you can get the laughing gas, whatever the fuck it's called, for was it like $1,780 or almost $2,000, right? It's like $1,800. Then, or you can knock your ass out, which is what I thought I was just getting because they told me don't eat beforehand, like you're gonna be going under, da 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 da. Or we can knock you out, and that's gonna be, it was like almost $3,000. And I'm like, okay, like insurance, like are you gonna bill me? Like they're like, no, that's due right now. And I'm like, oh, great, phenomenal. I'm excited to do that. So I whip out the debit card that I didn't know I was gonna be spending thousands of dollars on in that moment, and ended up going with the middle option because I was like, there's no way in hell I can justify not like going under just for another almost $1,000, and just so I don't have to feel this. So I was like, I can't go with the bare minimum one because I'm sure that's gonna suck really bad. I'm gonna regret it instantly. So I'm like, I'm just shoot for the middle. Now, when I tell you I get in there, and you guys know me, I don't do any drugs, I don't smoke weed, I don't drink. I get in there, the lady's trying to explain to me how the laughing gas is going to work. She's like, it's really just going to feel like you've had a couple of cocktails. It's just going to like loosen you up and you're going to just kind of chill out. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what that's like. So I'm excited for that. Let's give it a shot. Now, when they do your wisdom teeth, if you're someone who needs your wisdom teeth removed, or if you're someone who's thinking about it, they gotta numb the whole mouth, so they like rub this little numbing thing on there. Then they're gonna bring in the big shots, and if you're getting the laughing gas, which we got a picture of me with the thing on there, they put this thing over your nose as well. This is what it looks like. It's a great picture of me. That was post-op, but yeah, they put that thing over your nose. So I'm like, a little bit of the gas is coming in, not really feeling anything. They just like swabbed the inside of my mouth, so I'm like starting to numb. I'm very afraid of needles, and apparently a side effect of this laughing gas thing is like your heart can really race. Like it's kind of like what'd you say? It's like it boosts your adrenaline. Somebody said that to me. I don't know. I was under the influence of the gas, so it can boost your adrenaline. So I'm like tweaking my like chest, my heart just starts fucking pounding because like I had my eyes closed because I was all nervous when they were like putting everything on me, and I don't like to see needles. So I was like, oh, hopefully, I thought I got through it because everything started numbing. And right when I opened my eyes, the dude is coming with this big fucking needle, and he's going shot, and it's like right as the laughing gas was finally starting to hit me. So my like chest, dude, was like, I was like in the chair, almost coming out of the chair because it was like I was so fucking stressed out. And I didn't know I was getting any of this. And so after that, like, the shots hurt. But then, like, after that, like, mouth is numbing, not really feeling anything. Except for this dude breaks out a drill. So they just go right into it. I was probably in the room for 45 minutes. The surgery itself was only, like, 20. Like, it was, like, 20 minutes before the surgeon even came in and started hacking at my stuff. Now, mine were pretty bad because all four of them were impacted. And one of them, I forget if it was this side or this side, on the bottom was like fully perpendicular to the rest of my teeth, which is not a good look, not healthy, in case you're wondering. So my stuff was pretty messed up. The dude came in with this, like, they got like this chainsaw thing, and I'm trying to keep my eyes closed, but you can still hear it. And I had this really sad moment of like it doesn't hurt super bad, but you still feel like the vibrations. Of like, this is capitalism in a way here. Like, this is so dumb that like I couldn't afford to just be knocked out during this. So now my punishment for being poor is that I got to sit through this and listen to this dude like tell the nurse, oh, I need this, I need whatever, and hear, like, listen to these like insane noises. It sounds like R2-D2's like slicing through a droid or something in my mouth. So that's kind of my punishment for being poor. Then on top of that, because my teeth were so messed up, you can't just like pull them out. Like, you have to like break them and then pull them out. And I did open my eyes once again towards the end because I thought it was over, on like the last tooth, which I think was the worst one. And he was like, he was like straight up like bracing to like rip this thing out. You can go back to one here. He was just bracing to just like rip this thing out, and he got it, and it was great. And then I was kind of sitting there, and the gas was starting to kick in. again pretty hard. And I will say, I was laughing. It hurt so bad during that. And I did have like a bunch of tears go down my face because he said it wasn't supposed to hurt. And he said to lift my arm if it did hurt. And I did lift my arm because when he was like yanking him, that shit, like deep in the jaw is not numb. And this is all numb, sure. But like, if you're having to like dig around and rip this thing out, like some of that shit did not get that local, whatever the fuck, anesthesia? Is that it? Or whatever. It didn't get that. So this hurt like a bitch. And so I'm raising my hand or whatever. He's like, I raised my hand. 2 huge clump of man tears, we'll say, go down both sides of my eyes. And he goes, "You doing all right, man?" I'm like, "No, dude, my arm is up. You said lift the left arm." Like, it was so bad. But so he done. I start kind of laughing again. My chest starts like kind of pounding because the thing, the gas was working. And that was the other thing too. Like, I paid a lot of money for that gas. So I was taking big breaths, fat breaths. Because at first, like, when I had like the almost panic attack, my chest was like beating out. They told me like, if anything, if you feel crazy, like, we'll turn it down. I had them turn it down because I was tweaking. But then like halfway through the op, I realized like, dude, I'm paying a lot of money for this shit. I need to get my money out of this. So I started sniffing like huge breaths only through my nose because I'm like, I need to breathe this. I'm paying so much money for this. And I did. That's what I did. I was breathing the shit out of that. And yeah, I made it out. I survived. That picture you guys saw, that was me afterwards. I made sure to take a pic right before I left. And my face is swollen now. And it was, I'm not going to lie to you. The things they don't really tell you about getting your wisdom teeth done is when you leave the hospital or the surgery place, I don't know, you feel pretty good. Like, it's sore, like it hurt. Like, like, oh, this hurts. But it's like I just finished a game hurt. Like, it's like I'm sore. Like, oh, man. But, like, I feel all right. And I'm in the car. I'm talking to McKenna. I'm having a good time. I'm chilling. Like, I know I'm icing it, but it doesn't hurt that bad. I'm like, I'm cool. And then later that day, when the blood is not stopping, and it's been like 4 or 5 hours, and the blood's still coming out, and I'm trying to switch gauze, and they say, like, you can't suck through a straw, and you also can't spit. So it was hard. I was like panicking because I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, there was so much blood at one point because it just wasn't stopping bleeding, or the bleeding wouldn't stop. That like I didn't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Basically, I was just sitting in the bathroom, like letting it, because you're supposed to like let fluids just fall out of your mouth. You're not supposed to spit them out because it's not good, and you're not supposed to like suck through a straw. So I'm thinking that meant I couldn't swallow. And so I did have a breakdown at one point, and I was crying a little bit, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. And then when I realized that I had to go get all these drugs, and they showed me the pills were fucking huge. You guys know very well from this show I can't swallow pills. So yeah, I had to figure that out. And I have found the cheat code. It is applesauce. It is applesauce. So that's how I've been tricking my body into taking pills. But yeah, it's not good. That's number one. They lie to you. You feel really good when you're leaving, but then you get home and that shit hurts. And it's crazy that they do this. Like, I'm leaving the guy's still in there. He just finishes up. He's like taking the gloves off, whatever, and he's like, "All right, man, like bleeding should subside," and like, I forgot he said. I think he said like 4 to 6 hours. If it doesn't, then, call us back. Otherwise, there's no need for follow-up or anything like that, which is like crazy that you just like go through the surgery and they just stitch up your whole couple holes in your mouth and you're good to go. And I don't know if you guys know this. Maybe you do. I don't think I stick my tongue out very often on the show, but I have had this like skin tag on my tongue for a while, and he just throws it in there. Like, he's like, "All done, Darren. Like, also, by the way, that skin tag on your tongue." I'm like, "Uh-huh." He's like, "I just took that off for you, too. Just figured you didn't want that there." And I was like, "Okay, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't even know what to say." I was like, "Oh, thank you." Because my mouth's out. And it was just like, just a weird day. And I still haven't really looked at my tongue because I can't, like, I know I'm talking all right now, but, like, I haven't really been able to open my mouth much. And I'm not, like, chewing food still. To the dismay of some people close to me that want me to be chewing food. But yeah, man, so that was weird. It was just weird. It was just a weird experience. And then the other thing I think they don't tell you, or at least don't really stress enough, is, dude, like, breath stank. You get your wisdom teeth out, your breath stinks, bro. My breath stinks right now. I'm going to have to Clorox this shit when I'm done, because I got it done, and like I didn't, you can't brush your teeth, really, you can barely open your mouth. It's just full of blood, dude. The first day, later that evening, I did like brush like the top or the front like 4 teeth, but I couldn't do anything more than that. Next day, I'm maybe getting like 6 to 8 teeth every day, just a couple more after that. Today's like the most I brushed. I got that shit in there, but it's not good. I wouldn't want to whisper. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of a whisper for me right now. Like that would not be a pleasant experience. We had this one substitute teacher when I was in grade school that like she was very much into like the organic lifestyle. Like I don't know how to explain it, bro. Like you guys remember those Annie's bunnies, like the cheddar bunnies? Like take that and turn that into a personality, And the Annie's cheddar bunnies are fine, but like take like the whole line of Annie's everything and anything else that could be made organically. She was doing that, including toothpaste apparently, because this bitch would I swear to God, it was always math too. She was always a math substitute, and like you'd be taking a test or something or doing a partner thing, and it would get tough, and you'd like need some help. And instead of just, I'd be like, "Hey, Mrs. So and So, could I get some help with this question?" Instead of just like, "Oh, which number is it?" and we'd have a conversation from this safe distance. She'd have to come all the way up to you and like whisper, and it's like Jesus Christ, and you would every time you smell it was so bad, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm on that organic breath smell right now. It's not good. We back, says Duncan Marshall and everybody else in the chat. But yeah, so that was it, dude, and it's been rough. I will say, these are my cheat codes. If you are getting your wisdom teeth out and someone sends you this video or a clip of this, and you're like, well, what should I eat? Good and Gather applesauce from Target, apple cinnamon. Get yourself some. What is the brand? Is it Quaker for the dinosaur? Quaker's dinosaur oatmeal. Amazing. I love that stuff. And Trader Joe's frozen mac and cheese. Boom. There you go. That's what you need to survive. That's all I've been eating. And it's been working. And I've been taking my pills whenever I need to take them. What time is it right now? We got some time. I got to take some more here shortly. But yeah, that's it, dude. So wisdom teeth, it sucks. My face is a little bit less swollen now, but I had people swiping up on the story and being like, oh, it's not that swollen. It's not that bad. It is. I do think it's bruising up a little bit, but I'm lucky the beard's doing a lot of heavy lifting. It's hiding a little bit of the swelling and the bruising for sure. So I'm okay. I'm happy to report that. But yeah, if you got to get your wisdom teeth out, don't do it. Don't do it. Or do it sooner so your parents can pay for it. Yeah. But the NFL, man, I've talked extensively on this podcast about how I don't really watch. Actually, I think the beginning of this podcast is around the time, like that was when I had fully given up on watching sport, like the NFL. I think all sports together. I wasn't watching any. In the last couple of years, I picked up the NBA, and I mentioned that when I think I had Mike on the podcast, he was talking about this new draft pick we got, Caleb Williams, that it was like maybe it was worth watching the Bears this year. So I was knocked out for a couple of days, so I watched the whole HBO documentary on the Bears, the Hard Knocks series, which I'm sure football fans are super familiar with. I had heard of, but I wasn't tapped in because I didn't really care. So I got to watch that, got really excited about the season, just in time for the Bears to play their first game, which, by the way, how do you guys watch Bears games or the NFL, especially if you don't have cable? Because I don't want to buy YouTube TV. Like I had YouTube TV for a little bit for the NBA playoffs, because at least with that, it's like I could watch multiple series, or like even like if my team just makes the playoffs, like I can watch. If they lose one game, I can keep watching it. Like it was worth it for a few weeks at least. Whereas like the NFL, I really only want to watch the Bears. Like I don't play fantasy football. I don't really care that much. I'm just excited, and I know a lot of players now on the Bears from the documentary and from just getting to read and hear all these articles and stuff like that. And so I'm excited. But I don't know how the fuck to watch these games. I use the Fox app and like like they give you like a free hour or something, or 2 hours to start. So I watched like the first half of the game, or almost 3/4 of the game, and then we listened to the rest because we were on our way to a wedding. So we listened to the rest in the car, which was cool, and it was great that they won. And I'm really excited about that. But yeah, if you guys have any tips, shoot me a DM or something privately. My tenant has YouTube TV. Yeah, I know YouTube TV is fine. It's I pay for YouTube Premium already and all this other stuff, and all the other streaming. It's like if there's a better add-on to something else that I already pay for, let's do that, or let's someone figure that out for me. Because I got Hulu, I got I got Hulu. I got ESPN Plus. I got. What's so funny, dude? Oh, Hulu. I got Hulu. I got ESPN Plus. I got Disney Plus. I got Netflix, HBO Max, Prime, and YouTube Premium, and I can't watch NFL games. Like, I just want to watch the Bears. It's a goal of mine. I want to watch every single game this year. That's my goal. So I don't want to be a fake fan. I'm trying to watch every game, or listen to if I have to, which I did this past weekend. So that's just a sidebar. I got to figure out how to watch the NFL in a way that makes sense for me. But I'm excited, bro. The Bears are 1-0. That hasn't happened for a while. I think I saw it's like 40 years since a number 1 overall quarterback won their rookie debut. So that's exciting. Obviously, he didn't play the best, but I thought he didn't lose that game. And there's a lot of quarterbacks that we've had in the past that would have thrown 2 picks or fumbled the ball 3 times and would have lost that game. So I'm just happy he didn't lose us the game, and the defense special teams won it for us. So, like, obviously, if he can maybe do a little bit more of the heavy lifting going forward, and the defense and special teams can just be, more of that. And obviously, when they get big plays, I think the Bears are going to be just fine. And the division's great, though, this year. Not going to be, what is this, buffed streams. Yeah, I might have to check that out. I've heard that. I might have to check that out. But yeah, dude, I'm excited. It's kind of fun. I was telling my girlfriend that it's exciting kind of getting back into football. I'm not a fantasy guy, so I'm not going to get like balls deep in it like that. But it's just exciting having something to look forward to every week. And hopefully the Bears will not suck, at least for a little while. And yeah, it'd be cool. Because some of my best memories were growing up and like me, my uncle, my dad watching like the games every week. And like I just remember like looking forward to that day, whether it was Monday night or if it was Sunday Night Football. And now they got like Friday night and all this other shit. So at least I do have the ability to watch it at work when that happens. But whatever. It's just cool. It's just cool to have something like that to look forward to. I get the hype. Okay, I get the hype of the NFL. I'm back on the train. So I'm excited. Niners or Jets tonight. Niners, bro. Niners. We cannot root for that other guy. I hope he does not get hurt again, but we cannot root for that other guy. And yeah, and I think before Bears fans, I'm going to say a word of the wise. Last thing on the NFL and Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is a rookie. He's a number 1 overall pick. He looked nervous in the first game. It was his first game. I don't know that he looked nervous. The offensive line is not great or didn't play great, and he didn't play phenomenal either. But Keenan Allen did drop a touchdown pass, which would make things look a lot better. Our defense won us the game. So it's like, dude, it's a rookie quarterback. It's going to take time. Let's just try a different approach, because as Chicago sports fans, we do this thing every single time we get anybody that's supposed to be good, where we put these insane expectations on them. And I think it's cool to have expectations, and it's right to be like, yo, we want you to be good. That's fine. But we also expect it in an unrealistic timeline, and then we get upset when those expectations are not met in that unrealistic timeline, and then we run motherfuckers out of the city. That's what we do, right? Derrick Rose tears his ACL. We're pissed off that he can't play next season. When he does come back, we're expecting the title right away. He gets banged up. We're running. We ran Derrick Rose out of town. I don't care what anybody said. We ran Derrick. Now everyone likes to pretend like they love Derrick Rose, which I'm happy because he deserves it and he's amazing. But fucking Chicago sports fans were hating on Derrick Rose so hard those last couple of years when he was in Chicago. There was so much bullshit going on. So many people being like, get rid of him, get rid of him, get rid of him. And then when he comes back, we all going to chant MVP. Y'all fake for that. Same thing. Jay Cutler showed up. We had these insane expectations on him. And I'm a big Jay Cutler fan. I enjoyed his play for the Bears, even though it was not great record-wise. I thought he was a super fun guy to watch play. We expected him to just put the franchise on his back, regardless of going through 6 or however many different offensive coordinators and 4 or 5 head coaches. We expected him to win every game. And when he didn't do that, then we hated him until we ran him out. Let's just have a little faith. Let's just trust the process. Let's let Caleb play some games. We're not going undefeated this season. At least based off that game, it didn't look like it. I hope we can, but it didn't look like it. We're going to lose games. He's going to throw interceptions. He's going to fumble the ball. That offensive line needs to figure out some shit. The defense is not going to score like that every game. But can we just not panic for once? Let Caleb Williams become Caleb Williams, whatever that ends up being. Hopefully it's good. That's just my take because I think Chicago sports fans do that all the time. They do that all the time. And then we had Trubisky and Fields, same thing, where we're like, oh, this is the guy, he's going to bring us to promised land. They don't do it right away. We get rid of him. We get rid of them immediately. Or we're having them share snaps in their second year. What are we doing? I don't want to see any of that shit with Caleb Williams. If he has a bad game, let him play this whole season, whether he sucks, whether he is good, as long as he gets a little bit better. And the rest of the team, we have some great pieces now. Like, as long as Caleb Williams gets better and the team does well, I think that's a win for the season. I do think they could be competitive in the postseason. I do think they have a chance for stuff like that, but I don't think we should get ahead of it right now. Just as somebody who's been a lifelong Bears fan and tuned out because of the franchise being so shit for so long. Yeah, that's it. Justin Fields needs to go though. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they're on. But yeah, so that's that. What was I gonna say too? It's dude. I know I mentioned that it's like fall's coming up, but there is still sun outside. So please get outside. Like don't let it just disappear. I went to the beach today and there's like 8 people there, and usually it's packed. I know it's a Monday during the day. Most people are at work, but there was always still a good crowd of people there, and people just decided, oh, it got down to 60 the other day. Sun is done. We're all just hiding inside. Nah, bro. We got to manifest a little bit more sunshine. It's not over yet. Get some vitamin D. Get outside. Don't give up on the sun just yet. That was just something I wanted to say to my people that enjoy the sun like myself. Lastly, the Hawk-Tuah girl, if you guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, it's the girl with the meme thing. She said the thing one time. She said, you got a Hawk-Tuah spit on that thing, whatever. She's huge still. Or I don't know if she's as huge, but she's like speed running every influencer thing. Like she was on a bunch of podcasts. She popped out at whatever country singers concert, and then now she's starting a podcast. And I only want to bring it up. I don't want to trash this girl because I think it's cool. I think if I got lucky enough where I had a stupid moment blow me up, and now people were going to pay money for me to do this thing, and advertisers wanted me to do this, and I could quit my job. I hope you guys know I would do that. I would do it very much, right? And I would be excited to do that and not have to, work 9 to 5, even if it only lasts for a few years. That'd be fun. So I'm not shitting on her for trying. I am just shitting on all the people that try to shit on me, okay? Because I don't want to hear that my podcast is pointless, my podcast is dumb, that I don't talk about anything, because I saw the clips already in her trailer, the trailer for that. Looking bad. It looks bad. And I hope it does really well. And she seems like a nice girl. I hope it does really well. But I just want to say, when we get in the comments on a clip of mine where I'm saying something dumb or I'm being funny and no one knows I'm being sarcastic because whatever, and they're like, we got to start making podcast equipment more expensive. We got to ban podcasts, blah, 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 blah. You can't tell me we're not trying harder than that, okay? That's all I'm saying. And we don't got a bunch of, A-list, I wouldn't say celeb, but guests, essentially, because she's working with a big company that's going to make sure Jake Paul's on and Logan Paul's on, whatever. We're doing it without that. I feel like we do a good job. So I wanted to bring that up. Also, what was the other shit we needed to get to today? Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. People, this is new development. And I know I talked about it a while back that, I will not have made it until I had somebody break down a controversy that I had, a controversial video. That's a benchmark for me. That was I've made it moment, which obviously I haven't made it. I'm not making no money, right? We're not making any type of cash, right? But it's cool when it's funny when you see there's random people breaking down a beef between you and somebody. That's hilarious to see, especially as someone who's a fan of just commentary, internet stuff. Right? That's cool to see. It's just funny that you're in the part of it. Obviously, you don't want to be in a controversy or anything. It's more tongue-in-cheek, but it's funny to see that. Now, another one of those things, especially as somebody that does a podcast, that's a made it moment, is this development that happened this past week where a couple friends of mine shot this over to me, and I've been seeing it more and more now, and they're actually doing it with other clips too, which is kind of funny. But this was the first clip I saw. So as you guys know, especially if you're subscribed, you probably dislike me for it sometimes. We post a lot of clips. I post a lot of clips. All right, because let's be honest, I'm not Hawk-Tuah, and I don't have the Talk-Tuah name, as Coco points out. It does slay as a name. I can't lie. Talk-Tuah is a pretty good name for a podcast. I don't have just a baked in. I'm not Joe Rogan coming from Fear Factor to start a podcast. So like even his first episode is not like he's starting from nothing, right? I'm not Logan Paul, who's already huge, coming back to start a podcast. Like I'm not somebody that just started a podcast, did that, right? I built it from the ground up. This is what I do. I am a podcaster. I'm not like some famous person who just does a podcast. This is how I'm hoping to maybe one day succeed. This is something that you can only hope happens, and it's hilarious, but it's a common phenomenon where people will essentially steal your content, your videos from your podcast of an entertaining story, whatever, and they add some brain rot to it, which I never get, right? That's never happened. And I've had clips do tens of millions of views. I've had clips do 5 million views. Tons have done in the hundreds of thousands, 10,000. Oh, we've done that stuff. So I'm not like saying I'm super grateful for that. It's awesome. But this was a new development, and I thought it was exciting. The homie Carly was on the podcast a little over a year ago, maybe almost 2 years ago at this point, talking about her. She has moya moya, which is a brain a disease. It looks like smoke in the brain. It's super rare, especially in the age range she was in. And in the midst of that, we were also talking about Make-A-Wish, and she had a Make-A-Wish and whatever. And so you can pull up this first one on the bottom left with the yellow. Yeah, this is like somebody clipped my clip and added this to it. Make sure the sound is off. Yeah. We don't need the sound on because you guys can go watch the clip or see the episode in its entirety. But it's hilarious. So this clip of my clip has like another 100,000 views. This actual clip has like 1.5 million on my account. But then they took it, and it is funny. Like they don't even tag you or anything. And so like I had some friends go over and tag, and I tagged myself or whatever. But it's hilarious. They just do this like pleasing stuff on the side, which I'm sure now even with me added in the corner, your brain's probably like. But it's cool. It's cool, and I'm proud of that. And yeah, some people were grilling me in the comments, some people weren't, but I don't really read the comments on the short form stuff. I'm sorry to break it to you, not all of them at least. But it's just hilarious, dude, that people are actually doing this, and I think it's awesome. I think it's hilarious. Like I wasn't offended. I had people like sending it to me like, bro, they didn't even tag you. What the fuck? And like obviously there's part of me that's like, yo, you could tag me. But I do think it's funny. I just think it's generally, I'm not upset by it. I think it's hilarious. If any of you listening want to run your own brain rot account and you want some clips, hit me up. Hit me up privately. I will send you 1 million clips and you can do it. But yeah, I do think it's hilarious. Click another one of these. Let's go up to the next one. Yeah, that one with the tree. Let's see. That's part 2. Yeah, see, it's part 2 of the same story. Of the same story. And then it's a tree. That's cool. What is that? Whoa. Okay, wait. Look at that. Oh, is this the Shrek cake? Oh, no, it's not.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a frog? But see, like, if you had the sound on, you would be watching that, trying to figure out what that is, but you would also be internalizing the story. Is this still the same project? I didn't get to see the end of the other one. I looked away.
What the fuck is this?
Okay, turn it off. Our brains are being rotted right now. Let's just see what the next ones are. I want to see is there any more? What is that? So many people have clipped the same clip. They've all done the part 1. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. What the fuck is that?
It's like some sushi thing or something.
I just don't like the texture of that by looking at it. I'm sure it might be okay, but yeah, so this is what they do. And I just want to say, this is another one of those I made it moments, okay? I know financially speaking, influence speaking, overall quality of life speaking, have not made it. But the fact that somebody is on TikTok using CapCut to make brain rot videos with my podcast, that means a lot to me. That means a lot to me. So I'm proud of that, and you're not going to be able to take that away from me. But yeah. So I think the original video said, all right, turn it off. Turn it off. What is this?
I had to see that.
Okay, turn it off. People doing hair. What are they doing?
Turn it off.
Okay, turn it off. Turn it off. Just get it off.
See the next one.
Okay, fine. We'll see the next one. How do they do that? How do they color the hair through the blow dryer?
Oh shit.
I don't like the wiggle. What is this? Turn it off.
What the?
Turn it
Oh
off.
my god.
Wow, that was not good. That was
Oh
not
my-
safe.
It's fucking skinning something.
Okay. But so the original clip has
Oh
a
my
lot of
God.
views on our actual page. But
I am scarred.
yeah, McKenna's scarred now from
I'm
seeing
gonna
that.
report that.
Don't report it. It's good for us. The people are spreading the pod. But yeah, guys, that's it. I got my wisdom teeth taken out. People are stealing the podcast content. I'm excited about it. And if you want to steal it, let me know. At least let me know. That would be, I could help you. I could assist you in stealing my content. And that's animal abuse, bro. Yeah, I don't think it's abuse. I think it's murder. It's animal murder. You murdered that eel or whatever that was. Yeah, that happened. I got the wisdom teeth taken out. The Bears are 1-0, which is awesome. And yeah, Hawk-Tuah. Maybe I'll get on there one day. That'd be cool. We'll see how long it's around. That's the other thing too, bro. Some of these celebrity podcasts they got nothing on us, bro. We're 271 in this bitch. All right. Now there could be an argument made that maybe the quality of all 271 of those is worse than all of the one episode of Hawk-Tuah that will exist in a week, I'm sure. But that's not going to stop us from continuing onward and to keep going. I want to say a quick shout out to everybody who tuned in live today that is listening days after over on Spotify or here on YouTube, whatever. I want to say a quick shout out to our patrons. They're up on the screen right now. You might have to scroll down a little bit there. They're up on the screen right now. You guys are interested in getting behind the scenes access to extra podcasts, extra videos, as well as a series where I break down how I mix, master, write, record every single one of my songs. Go to patreon.com/Darren Rita, and you can help support the channel for as little as $1. Trying to finish up a bunch of new songs, so there should be some new content on there very, very soon, which I'm excited to share with you guys about some of the new tracks. Also want to say a quick shout out to Alpine House 2 for sponsoring this episode. It's at Alpine House 2 on Instagram. It's on the screen right now. It's linked down below. Don't forget, too, guys, I got these hats. I got some hoodies. I got some T-shirts. I do have a bunch of merch that we launched earlier this year. We only sold it at my live show, but I will be selling it all very soon. Trying to get the website up to date and get the e-commerce element of that set up here shortly. I'd like to get it done before the holidays, so that like if you want to get it for somebody that is a fan of the show, or you want to get yourself a Christmas present, you'll be able to do that. Because I got these in just about every color. And some really, really cool hoodies and T-shirts and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that as well. Otherwise, this has been the 271st episode of the Detox Podcast. I'm going to go eat some ice cream because I can't really eat anything else. And I will see you guys next week. Peace.